And welcome back.
Welcome back to MLG ProScrims JusTus versus Fuse. We're ready to get the first game going. It's going to be Slum's Hardpoint to kick things off here. And Smiting, give me one player in this entire lobby that we should watch off the start.
Yeah, I really want to see Study just because he's new, and let's watch him.
All right, so lightweight flag jacket, dexterity, extreme conditioning. I'm liking the start-off class. Lots of trophy systems being placed around side the hard point. So Study, he's one of these versatile players in the game. He could use an assault rifle, he could use a submachine gun, whatever his team needs at the time. He's more than willing to bring out the necessary gun, but it looks like that was a good break from Fuse. They're going to try to control the middle hard point.
You know, the middle hard point, I always think it's more about jockeying for that back hard point where the cop car is. You just want to make sure you can push through one of the sides and get that spawn, and we do see Study spawned out.
Yeah, so hard point, it's a game about the next one. You're always fighting on rotation, trying to get the positioning at the next hard point. Most importantly, securing the spawn points, which it looks like that's exactly what Fuse is going to be doing here as they push through towards the double dumpsters. They don't even care about the remaining 10 seconds at the middle hard point. They're trying to get their setup going at the bottom lot.
Yeah, now thing two, he's a really good AR. He's going to lay it here in the back of the map. He's going to get those points. But one thing I want to point out is he has his RC car, which, you know, I don't know if you really use that in hardpoint much.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players, you're never really going to see an RCXD. Maybe he was playing some Search and Destroy before this. That's usually where you see most of the RCXD being used, but he's so close to that Hellstorm Missile. In fact, he's going to get it with that assist. And the Hellstorm Missile, the Lightning Strike, it's so important that you use these Scorestreaks on the next hard point near the white wall. If you need it to break it, you could also use it near the garage to break the anchor spot. But, you know, those aerial streaks, really important to use if you want to break the anchor.
Yeah, streaks especially just can help your rotations out immensely, not only because you get the kill, but because you can tell where everybody is and do good shout outs to your teams. And you know, that's one thing I want to do is do a listen in at some point here, Revan. I want to see how they communicate.
And we do that later on to the map, but Tipsy, he looks like he just earned himself a Hellstorm Missile for his team, so he's got something to answer what Thing 2 has in his back pocket. But Tipsy also has that RCXD, so we'll see if that comes into play later on to the game, because it can be useful if the other team's not using flakjack. You're just laying down inside the hard point. All of a sudden, a car with some C4 on it comes driving your way, and you get taken out. But right now, it's going to be Thing 2 inside the hard point. He's about to gain another RCXD car. As Fuse, they're starting to build themselves a bit of a lead. They're about to go up by 60 points.
Yeah, this lead could be broken here, though. I'm watching Tipsy as he calls in a Hellstorm. He was right there next to it. We do see Gucci going around. He picks up the anchor and is able to push into the laundry. Great plays coming from Gucci.
I mean, even though Gucci was able to do some damage over near the laundry side of the map, still the spawns were in favor of Fuse for a good amount of time, but it looks like Gucci, he'll be able to do it. Only one player left alive in the back laundry. That's going to be FaZe for Fuse. So JusTus doing a good job breaking the spawn points, and they're going to have initial control of the garage hard point. And they need a good chunk of time from this one right here. Looking at the scoreboard, they're down by 60 overall, which is an entire hard point. So if they're able to lock it down for the entire time, there's that RCXD card, by the way. They'll be able to tie the game up.
Yeah, it's so weird to see an RCXD in hardpoint, but it does get some hit markers on somebody. Now we're just having a big battle going on in the hardpoint, and JusTus came out on top. Everybody from Fuse spawning out, and now JusTus is just going to make this, you know, try to gain more points on the lead.
Yeah, something to keep in mind, though, the Hellstorm Missile from Tipsy was used trying to break the anchor for the white wall hard point, and I believe Thing 2 still has his Hellstorm to call in. And if you're looking at that next hard point over near the middle statue, well, the Hellstorm Missile is going to be your best friend there. So if JusTus are able to push through, take control, Thing 2 could easily respond by using his Hellstorm Missile to take them off the hard point and take control. But Study, I think he's getting dangerously close to some score streaks of his own.
Yeah, he just earned his Hellstorm. That will be so important too as this comes over to the middle hard point. Now I love the middle hard point in the middle of the game like we're watching now. As you see, Study, I believe, just pulled his out.
Nice.
And he does get a 3-piece, and that's what's so awesome about score streaks. We talked about how how different it was having score streaks, and that's why it's exciting.
Yeah, they're so useful to break the opponent's setup, take control of the anchor spot, and get spawns going. But in the end, Fuse are going to hold on to control of the hard point. So around halfway of this map has been played. I'm going to go full screen, take a look at the scoreboard. Wow, Gucci 17 and 16, lots of kills, but a good amount of deaths, trading 1 for 1. And it's going to be Thing 2 doing most of the slaying for Fuse right now. Only 8 deaths, that's a good amount of deaths to have, you know. Low count, that means that he looks like he's more of the anchor player for his team, and he also has a large amount of defense. 7 defense is the most on his team.
Yeah, defense are where it's at. I mean, if you talk to a couple of the people I know, they say that if you have a lot of defense, you must be winning hardpoint, because that means you're in the hill and doing those things. And still Thing 2 with that RCXD. It's so funny to see that. But he's not in the hill right now. You see Sin, he is totally streaked out.
Oh yeah, he's got everything to work with. Nice 2Bs taking out Tipsy and Study. War Machine is deployed. He's trying to do some damage with this, protecting his buddy Historify, who's inside the hardpoint, not Fuse. They're starting to run away with the game. They have a nice lead as Sin picks up 2 more with the War Machine. He's done damage all over the map. He's now the top slayer on his team. And I gotta stay on board with him, is now he's gonna try to make the rotation to the next hardpoint. This is gonna be the final white wall and the final garage hardpoint. So JusTus, they're not out of it by any means. If you're able to lock down the next 2 hardpoints, you can get a total of 120 points.
Yeah, and now I have to think, you know, JusTus just picked Study up as a new player. It's always hard going through new player growing pains. Is that's what you call it? Do you think that could be affecting them right now?
I mean, maybe. Let's look at our scoreboard once again. So Study, he's going 17 and 18. I'm looking at the scoreboard. Right now, it just looks like JusTus, they're not really doing any slaying. If you look at the guys for Fuse, 20 and 12, 20 and 12. You know, it's clear that they're outslaying their opponents. And then you take a look at the defense column as well. 10, 15 defense total for Fuse, 4, 7, 8 defense total for JusTus. So Fuse, not only are they picking up more kills on the outsides of the hardpoint, they're staying alive inside and picking up kills inside the hardpoint as well.
They are, and that's why they're winning. Like you said, defense are where it's at. And so far, Fuse is just totally dominating. I'm watching Historify right now, Revan, and I'm always amazed at how he plays, because he's an AR, but he is not afraid to push the hill with that AR.
Yeah, Historify, he's another one of those versatile players. I teamed with this guy back in Modern Warfare 2. He taught me all about the objective role. He taught me all about playing defense. He's kind of like a jack of all trades. Whatever Historify feels like his team needs, and right now he feels like they need some map control. They need some spawn control, so he whips out an assault rifle. But Sin, man, as he turned things up, used all of his score streaks, and you know, not really that effectively, as JusTus got a bunch of time on that white wall hardpoint. You see, it's a game right now. Only 50 seconds separating both these teams. With JusTus, they have to break this setup from Fuse. And if you're looking at the minimap, they're trying to break the anchor.
Yeah, breaking the anchor is what it's all about in hardpoint, besides getting those defense. And, you know, they're not able to do it. And we're already going to see Sin. He's going to rotate over towards the new hardpoint. He's going to run into somebody. Just able to take Tipsy out for that. Bloodthirsty.
Yeah, it was so close to getting some more score streaks for Fuse to work with. If he would have picked up that kill, got the capture points at the middle hard point, he would have had all the score streaks to work with. But right now, I'm going to be watching Thing 2, as with those capture points, another Hellstorm Missile, another Lightning Strike ready to call in. And he's wasting no time in using these streaks, immediately calling in the Lightning Strike, picking up 2. Can't make it 3, but it looks like Fuse, they're going to try to shut out this map, as they're going to try to finish it off here on the middle hard.
Yeah, and he wasn't able to explode that Hellstorm, and he finally goes down to Chino. But Thing 2 able to pick up those score streaks, and like we said earlier, they're just so important.
250 to 148 will be the final score of map number 1. Fuse putting on a show. If you want to learn how to play Slums Hardpoint, well, just go watch that rebroadcast. Fuse put on a clinic on how to do it. It's going to be Historified there, and the round ending kill cam as he takes out Tipsy. Fuse have it easy in map 1. Take a look at the final scoreboard. Thing 2, 30 and 15. Sin, 29 and 15. 10 defense, 5 defense, 6 defense for the final 3 players on Fuse. They just played so well there, Smiting.
They did play well. That was an exciting match to see. These two teams played it together the other day. I don't even remember who won that. Who won that? It was close. I know that.
I think it was JusTus. They took it out 4-3. That was a best of 7. So JusTus Just like, actually, they were winning most of their hard points last time these two teams match up. So drop a first map hard point, maybe some cold feet at the beginning of the series.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what the next game has in store for us.
Yep, so we're going to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to search and destroy. Who's going to come out between both these teams? Are Fuse going to build themselves a bit of a lead here in ProScrims, or are JusTus going to tie things up at 1 apiece? Stay tuned to find out.